Today we have the brand new Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, and I'm going to show you some first things to do alongside with some tips and tricks. My name is Billy and let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing you should do, you can go to Settings, scroll at the very bottom to About Phone and click Rename, and you can name your phone whatever you want. For example, I'm going to name it Billy's S26 Ultra. Done. Edit is an optional function if you want to personalize your phone a bit more. And the next step is go to Battery, then go to Battery Protection, and I recommend leaving it to Basic. In this case, I recommend it because it will give you about 80% of the results regarding battery protection, but it will not make any major restraints that affect the user experience. As you can see, if you leave it to maximum, you will never be able to have the battery at 100%, and it will also make other changes. So if you want a good battery protection without noticing it, I recommend leaving it at basic. And also what a lot of people are missing is the charging settings. You can access it from here, click charging settings. This is the one here. We can disable the fast charging and the wireless charging. And a lot of people will say that you will miss one of the best features of the phone, but sorry, it has a very negative impact on your battery. And in my opinion, it is better to turn them off. So if you leave these two features, your battery will be better and healthier for a lot longer. And I am sure that it will not matter because we are charging our phones at night, right? So now that being said, I have to say that the most powerful battery drainer is not in the battery settings, but in the notifications. So we can come back and click notifications. And if we click on the notifications, you will find a full list of every app that can set a notification on the phone. And of course, each notification will drain more and more battery life when it's active. So I suggest to just leave the important ones on. Now, the next tip is if we swipe down and tap the pencil right here. Okay, you can change the sizes, you can change the order of the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, the brightness. You can toggle it here. You can remove some modes, smart things, nearby devices. As you can see, for the first time in a Samsung phone, we can make them smaller, larger. And if you want to reset to the default layout, you can simply tap on the panel settings and reset quick panel layout, click reset, and it will come back to the normal as it was. So now for the next one, let's go again to settings, then to notifications, and let's tap on the status bar and then tap on show battery background. Here you can select whenever you want to see your exact battery percentage, and well, here you can also change the notification style if you want to see only the icons, or you want to see it as dots, or you can just select to just be clear right here and to not have notifications at all. Now let's move to customization. Let's tap and hold and then tap on wallpaper and style, and then tap on the lock screen icon. Here you can change the fonts of the time, you can move it around, you can also here change the colors, the style. You have many different options here. You can make it thicker, thinner, and you can also add a variety of widgets, as you can see here from the applications you have installed of your phone. I think you can fit two big ones, or you can fit like one big and two small, as you can see here, and you can change them in the order you want. You have much flexibility overall, and as you download more applications to your phone, you will have more options to put, of course, here. And another very cool feature is that you can change the quick controls here. We can choose any of these basic options, or we can even change it to an app of our need. So again, the more apps you download, the more options you will also have on the list right here. And now if you tap here on the top left, you can of course change your wallpaper. It has some featured options right here. You can create with AI. There are some different options here, graphical, colors, and of course you can add pictures from your gallery to personalize it a little bit more. And now after all this boring stuff, it's time to go into the better ones. So in my opinion, the best feature that any phone has right now, it has to be the privacy screen. To enable it, easily swipe down and toggle on privacy display. And as you can see here, you can turn on the display. This is the difference. It is noticeable, but it is not done yet. After you click the turn on privacy display, you can also click on maximum privacy protection and check this out. You can't really see anything. This is insane. Wow. And the secret part is that you can choose which apps and notifications you want to use automatically to apply privacy protection. Now, another cool feature is the live translate call, where you can find it in calls and then click on the three dots and go to settings and then click live translate. For example, here, if you speak English, you can of course select other languages if you want, and the other guy speaks French. He will hear you speak French and you will hear him speak English, so you can communicate much more efficiently. Another cool AI feature I want to show you is when you hold here at the bottom and circle anything you want on your phone, it will eventually going to show you a Google research on that specific thing that you are looking for. Now moving on, let's get back to the settings and tap display. And as you can see, you have the classic white and dark mode. You can manually adjust your brightness, and also there is this feature that most people have no idea about, the extra brightness. If you're outdoors on a sunny day and you can't see anything, this really helps the situation. And going down to motion smoothness, here you can change the motion smoothness from 120 Hz to 60 Hz. If you don't mind using 120 Hz and go with the standard one, you can also save some battery life. And coming back, scrolling a little bit more down to screen resolution, you can change the resolution from 720p to 1080p and up to 1440p. I recommend changing it to the 1440p because this is the actual default resolution for this specific display, and it's going to look way more sharper. And before sharing my last tip, I wanted to say thank you for watching this video until the end. And I had so many more tips and tricks on the phone, for the pen, from the camera, but I didn't want to make this video too long, so yeah. And yeah, coming back to my last tip, let's go to settings and let's go to the navigation bar here. You can change the traditional buttons from these to swipe gestures like it is on the iPhones. And in my opinion, I think it is much better and it looks way cleaner. I want you guys to let me know in the comments if you have any other tips and tricks of yours you want to share with the audience. And I hope you like the video, and I will see you on the next one.